Have you ever wondered why? Even after all your prayers, your tears, your patience, the answer seems delayed? Have you ever felt alone in this world? Even though deep down you know God is near? Do not leave. Do not think this is just another ordinary video, because this very moment, is not by accident. This message is meant for you. Not everyone will stay long enough to hear it. Not everyone is chosen to receive it. But you, the one still here, you are the one God has brought here today. God knows how tired you are. He sees the tears you never dared let others see. And today what you thought was lost, what you prayed for in silence, is coming closer than you imagined. Do not scroll away. Do not let the enemy steal what God is preparing to give you right now. Stay. Listen. Let your heart be open to the sacred words waiting for you. This is not random. This is divine. You were meant to hear this today. If these words touch something deep within you, type in the comments, Amen. I believe. It is more than just a comment. It is a declaration of your faith. And God will not overlook the faith you show today. The doors you have prayed for, the answers you have waited for, they are closer than you think. Today is not an ordinary day. This is a divine appointment between you and the one who created you. You have spent nights wondering, when will it be my turn? When will my season of waiting end? You have watched others receive their answers, while you sat silently with questions burning in your chest. But God has not been silent. Heaven has not forgotten. Your name has not been erased from his promises. Today is the beginning of something sacred. Listen carefully. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. These words are not just ink on paper. They are alive. They are breathing. They are written for you. You have been through battles that left you scarred. You have walked through seasons where even your prayers felt heavy, unanswered. You tried to remain strong. You tried to believe. But there were nights when even your faith whispered, God, have you forgotten me? The answer is no. Never. You were never alone in the silence. Never abandoned in the waiting. God has been preparing what your heart couldn't yet handle. Doors were not closed to punish you. They were closed to protect you from the wrong path. Delays were not denials. They were divine strategies. Now, something is shifting. Your spirit can feel it. The heaviness you carried is being lifted. The battles you fought are not in vain. This is the day when God begins to unfold what you thought was lost. Open your heart wide. Let these words reach the corners of your soul that doubt tried to darken. You are not defined by what you lost. You are not trapped by what broke you. You are held, chosen, loved beyond understanding. The one who breathed life into you is breathing again, calling you forward. This is your time to rise. The enemy thought he could wear you down, thought he could convince you to walk away from your faith, your calling, your destiny. But look at you still standing, still believing, still here. That is faith. That is victory. Heaven celebrates those who do not give up. God says to you now, the best is coming. Not tomorrow. Today. Lift your eyes. Stop staring at closed doors. Look for the ones about to open. They may not look like what you expected, but they are exactly what you need. You prayed for breakthrough. Now, prepare for it. Prepare your heart to receive what your mind cannot yet understand. Prepare your spirit to walk through doors you didn't even know were opening behind the scenes. Prepare to be surprised by blessings you never thought you qualified for. The Lord is not bound by your past mistakes. He does not weigh your worth the way people do. His love is not fragile. His promises are not temporary. You are loved with an everlasting love. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14, verse 14. You have fought long enough. Now is the time to rest in his victory. Let God move where you no longer can. Let his hand guide where yours cannot reach. He is parting seas you never thought would open. He is tearing down walls you thought would stand forever. He is making a way in deserts you feared would swallow you whole. Stay present. Stay expectant. Stay in faith. Today, the first sign will come. It might not look grand. It might not come wrapped in light. But you will know it's from God. A door. a person, a word, a shift so small the world may not notice, but heaven will. Do not dismiss the small beginnings. From them, God births the greatest miracles. Your breakthrough will begin quietly, like a whisper after a storm, like a light cracking through the darkness. But soon it will roar. The plans He has for you are bigger than your fear, stronger than your past, greater than your pain. Hold on to hope like never before. Do not let discouragement steal this moment from you. You are standing on holy ground. The prayers of yesterday are colliding with the promises of today. The time is now. Blessed is she who has believed that the Lord will fulfill His promises to her. Luke 1 verse 45. Believe, even if you cannot see, even if you are tired, even if everything inside you wants to give up. Faith is not about what feels easy. Faith is about holding on when nothing makes sense. You are not forgotten. You are not overlooked. You are not waiting in vain. There is healing in this moment, restoration in these words, hope in this truth. God is moving. Even now, angels are being sent. Doors are unlocking. Chains are breaking. But you must stay. You must believe. You must receive. If this speaks to your heart, write in the comments, Amen, I receive today's blessing. Let heaven see your faith. Let others see your testimony begin. Do not keep silent. Speak life over your situation. Declare aloud, today is my day of breakthrough. Watch how things begin to shift. Because faith is not passive. Faith speaks. Faith declares. Faith expects. Today is not just another day on the calendar. Today is a day marked by heaven. For you, for your blessing, for your breakthrough. You were brought here to hear this. You did not stumble upon this message by accident. God orchestrated this moment to remind you, the best is not behind you. The best is here. Now, every tear you cried watered the soil of your miracle. Every lonely night built the roots of your faith deeper. Every battle you survived positioned you for what comes next. God says, it is time. Step forward. Trust me. Believe again. He is not done writing your story. And this is only the beginning. You thought it would take longer. You thought it would come in a way you could predict. But God never works according to human timelines or expectations. What you couldn't see coming is already in motion. What you stopped praying for because you grew weary, He never stopped planning for you. Right now, heaven is shifting things on your behalf. Behind closed doors. Behind moments of silence. Behind the seasons where you thought nothing was moving, He has been working. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? Isaiah 43 verse 19. That new thing is not coming one day far away. It is already breaking the surface. It is already unfolding quietly, steadily, with precision, not in chaos, not in panic, but in divine timing. You see, the enemy wanted you to believe you were stuck. He whispered that the delays meant defeat. He convinced you that your prayers were being ignored. But the truth is, God was aligning things far beyond what your eyes could comprehend. Some of the greatest blessings start invisible. Some of the most powerful breakthroughs come disguised as ordinary moments. A small conversation, a gentle nudge in your heart, a door opening where you least expected. Stay awake, stay aware, stay ready. What is unfolding now will require your faith to recognize it. Don't measure God's miracles by the size of the announcement. Measure them by the peace you feel when His hand is guiding you forward. Today, someone is being positioned to help you. Today, something is shifting so that the answer you've been waiting for can finally reach you. But here's the truth you must hold on to. It may not come wrapped the way you expected. God often delivers blessings in ways that challenge our assumptions. He hides treasures in unexpected places. He brings healing through people we didn't imagine. He answers prayers through situations that look, at first, like problems. Look again. What seems like a closed door might be redirecting you to something better. What feels like loss might be making room for something greater. You ask for breakthrough. Now trust the path He's opening, even if it's not what you planned, even if it's not what you thought you wanted, because His plans far exceed yours. Now to Him who is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine, Ephesians 3 verse 20. You didn't see it coming, but God did. He saw your heart breaking. He saw your silent tears. He saw you choosing faith when fear screamed louder. And now the shift is happening. The doors are opening. The people you need are being aligned. The resources you lacked are being sent. The healing you long for is coming. Not by might, not by power, but by His Spirit. You can't force what God has already ordained. You can't rush what is unfolding according to His perfect clock. But you can believe. You can prepare your heart to receive. The best is not behind you. The best is arriving. The shift you didn't see coming is your invitation to hope again. Hope for restoration where there was brokenness. Hope for abundance where there was lack. Hope for joy where sorrow had settled too long. Hope for clarity where confusion tried to reign. This is not the end of your story. This is a turn you didn't expect. The plot twist you didn't see. The moment where God reminds you He writes every chapter. You've been faithful. Even tired, you stayed. Even weary, you believed. And heaven does not ignore endurance. He is bringing beauty from ashes, strength from weakness, new beginnings from broken pieces. Today, trust the process. Even if you can't trace His hand, trust His heart. Even if you don't feel ready, know He has made you ready. Even if you fear the unknown, remember who holds your future. Speak this over your life. I trust God's plan. I believe in His timing. I receive His blessing. Declare it. Let heaven hear your faith. Let hell tremble at your confidence. Your story is still being written, and the next pages are filled with miracles. Do not grow weary in doing good, for in due season you will reap if you do not give up. The shift is closer than you think. The breakthrough is nearer than it feels. Stay positioned. Stay faithful. Stay expectant. This is the season where God surprises you. This is the moment when what seemed impossible begins to unfold. This is where your faith collides with His promise. And nothing can stop what He has ordained. There comes a moment when heaven makes a decision about your life that no enemy, no person, no circumstance can reverse. That moment is unfolding for you right now. You may not feel it yet. You may not see it with your eyes. But something is moving in the spiritual realm. Something unstoppable. Because when God moves, nothing can stand in the way. What He opens, no one can shut. And what He shuts, no one can open. Revelation 3 verse 7. Your waiting has not been wasted. Your tears have not been ignored. Your faith has not been in vain. Heaven has been aligning every detail. Even the delays were part of His design. Even the closed doors were protecting you from harm you couldn't see. Now, the time has come for things to shift. And when God speaks over your life, let no doubt, no fear, no person hold you back. You have been prepared in silence. You have been strengthened through seasons of loneliness. You have been refined through fire. Now, you are ready to step into what He prepared for you. When God moves, chains break. When God moves, hearts soften. When God moves, healing comes. When God moves, favor flows where it once seemed impossible. Today is not ordinary. Today is marked by His hand. Look around you. Listen carefully. There are signs everywhere, if you have eyes to see them. People crossing your path who were sent for this exact moment. Opportunities arising that seemed impossible yesterday. Doors unlocking that no man could open. Do not dismiss the small beginnings. Every great move of God often starts quietly, unnoticed by the world, but undeniable to those who believe. You prayed for this. You wept for this. You waited for this. Now believe in it. If God is for us, who can be against us? Romans 8 verse 31. Nothing, no force in hell, no opinion of man, no circumstance too big. When God decides to bless you, no one can block it. So walk forward with confidence. Lift your head high. This is not the season to shrink back in fear. This is the season to step forward in faith. Doors will open. Paths will clear. Miracles will unfold. Not because you forced it, but because God ordained it. The shift is happening. The momentum is building. The breakthrough is drawing closer with every moment of your faith. Do not let your mind wander back to the failures of yesterday. Do not rehearse the words of those who doubted you. Do not replay the pain of doors that close in your face. None of that defines you now. You are stepping into a divine appointment. This is where the story changes. This is where promises are fulfilled. This is where faith becomes sight. God is moving mountains you couldn't climb. He's parting seas you thought would drown you. He's opening doors you stopped knocking on. Because when God says it's time, nothing can stop it. Speak this truth aloud. I am ready. I am willing. I trust God's plan. Let the heavens hear your faith. Let the enemy know you are unshaken. Let your heart align with the truth of his word. You were not brought this far to be left behind. You are not carried through storms to drown in shallow waters. You were not refined by fire to sit in the ashes. You were prepared for this moment. What once looked like impossibility is about to bow before the God of all possibilities. Favor is chasing you down. Grace is covering you. Mercy is rewriting your story. You may feel small, but heaven calls you mighty. You may feel weary, but heaven calls you chosen. You may feel overlooked, but heaven calls you appointed. Today, chains are breaking in places you cannot yet see. Doors are opening in rooms you haven't yet entered. Miracles are unfolding in ways you never dared imagine. All because God said it's time. Stay in faith. Stay in position. Stay expectant. He who began this good work in you is faithful to complete it. You have carried so much. You have fought battles in silence no one else saw. You have tried to hold it together when inside you were breaking. But listen now, the battle was never yours to win. It was always his. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14, verse 14. You were never meant to carry this weight alone. You were never called to fix what only God can heal. He has been waiting for you to lay it down so he can pick it up. Your strength is not in your striving. Your victory is not in your endless efforts. Your breakthrough is not coming through your worry. It is coming through your surrender. Because God does not bless anxiety. He blesses faith. He does not move through fear. He moves through trust. The moment you stop trying to control what only he can handle, that's when miracles unfold. The moment you release it, that's when peace floods your heart. The moment you surrender it, that's when doors begin to open. This isn't weakness. This is wisdom. Let go and let God move. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5, verse 7. He cares about every tear, about every sleepless night, about every silent prayer you whispered into the dark. Nothing has been overlooked. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been forgotten. Even now, while you're reading these words, God is fighting battles you cannot see. He is going ahead of you, clearing paths, breaking chains, softening hearts, opening doors. Because this victory will not come from your strength. It will come from his power. You are not abandoned. You are not overlooked. Heaven has heard you. Heaven is moving. You were created to walk in victory, not in fear, not in doubt, not in anxiety, but in faith, in peace, in confidence, because your God has never lost a battle, and he will not lose this one. Do not be afraid of what stands in front of you. Do not tremble at the size of the mountain. Do not shrink back from the storm. Your God is greater. Your God is stronger. Your God has already written the ending, and the ending is victory. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Isaiah 54, verse 17. No weapon, no plan, no attack. What was meant to harm you will fail. What was meant to destroy you will become your testimony. What was meant to break you will only make you stronger, because the battle is the Lord's, and he is fighting for you. So rest. Let go of fear. Let go of trying to control every outcome. Let go of the how and the when. Trust in the who. Trust in the one who holds your life in his hands. He did not bring you this far to abandon you now. He did not promise breakthrough to leave you waiting forever. He did not call you chosen only to leave you lost. No, he is faithful, always, and his timing is perfect, not rushed, not delayed, right on time. Your role is not to figure everything out. Your role is to trust, to believe, to walk forward even when the path isn't fully clear. Because faith isn't knowing every step. Faith is trusting the one who does. Today, speak this over your life. The battle is not mine. The victory is God's. Let peace settle in your spirit. Let anxiety fade beneath the truth of his promises. You don't have to carry this anymore. You don't have to fight alone. Heaven fights with you. Heaven fights for you. Rest in that truth. Rest in his strength. Rest in his love. Because soon, the breakthrough you've been praying for will appear. The healing you've been believing for will come. The answer you've been waiting on will be revealed. Not by your might, not by your striving, but by his hand alone. You've knocked. You've waited. You've wondered if the door would ever open. Today, hear this truth deep in your spirit. The door God is opening for you, no man can close. No rejection, no betrayal, no mistake from your past, no whisper of the enemy. Nothing and no one can stand in the way of what heaven has decreed for your life. See, I have placed before you an open door that no one can shut. Revelation 3 verse 8. It doesn't matter how many doors closed before. It doesn't matter who tried to block your path. It doesn't matter how many people doubted you. What matters is the door God opens now. You are not waiting in vain. You are not being overlooked. You are not forgotten in the hallway of hope. God opens doors in his perfect time, not ours. He opens doors in places we never thought to look. He opens doors after we've almost given up knocking, because his ways are higher. His timing is wiser. His plan is greater. Do not despise the waiting. Do not curse the seasons of delay. They shaped you, strengthened you, prepared you. You needed that time to learn who God truly is. You needed that time to let go of what wasn't meant for you. You needed that time to be ready for the blessing about to walk through that open door. And now it's time. Doors are unlocking. Opportunities are aligning. People are being positioned. Resources are being released. Not because you forced it, not because you earned it, but because God declared it. For when God opens a door, who can shut it? Nobody. Nothing. You may feel unqualified. You may feel small. You may feel tired from the waiting. But hear this. Your feelings do not determine God's favor. Your weakness does not cancel his strength. Your doubts do not erase his promises. What God has spoken will come to pass. This open door is not fragile. It is not temporary. It is not a coincidence. It is ordained. It is sealed in heaven. It is part of the divine blueprint for your life. Walk through it with boldness. Walk through it with faith. Walk through it knowing that no weapon formed against you can stop what God has started. People may not understand how it's happening for you. They may wonder how doors are opening after all you've been through. But you will know. You will know it was God. You will know it wasn't luck or chance or timing. It was his hand, his favor, his faithfulness. What you're walking into now is not because of who you are, but because of who he is. Faithful, good, true to his word. So lift your head, straighten your shoulders, walk forward without fear. Because when heaven opens a door, hell cannot close it. Speak this over your life today. I receive the doors God is opening. I walk in faith, not fear. Let those words settle deep into your soul. Let them shape your thoughts. Let them silence every lie that tells you it's too late or you're not enough. It's not too late. You are enough because he has called you enough. You are favored. You are chosen. You are stepping through the doorway of destiny. Do not hesitate. Do not second guess. Do not shrink back into the shadows of doubt. This is your time. This is your season. This is your moment to step into what God has been preparing all along. He is the one who opens. He is the one who makes a way. He is the one who leads you forward. And nothing can stop what he has ordained. Before you were born, before you cried your first tear, before you ever whispered your first prayer, God had already written your breakthrough in heaven, your deliverance, your restoration, your healing, your blessing. It is not a question of if, only when. And heaven's timing is perfect. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Your breakthrough isn't something you're begging for. It's something already prepared. You're not persuading God to bless you. You're positioning your heart to receive what's already yours. God knew about this very moment. He knew the weight you'd carry. He knew the battles you'd face. He knew the fear you'd fight. And he knew the victory he already assigned to your name. Heaven's yes over your life has not changed. No delay, no disappointment, no rejection can erase what God wrote in your story. You've been fighting battles others didn't see. You've been holding on to hope when it seemed impossible. You've been praying when all evidence said stop. And God has seen it all. Not a tear wasted, not a prayer unheard, not a moment of faith overlooked. Heaven is responding. The breakthrough isn't being written now. It was written before you even asked. God's promises are not waiting for your perfection. They are waiting for your trust. Trust doesn't mean understanding every step. Trust means walking forward even in the unknown. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are not late to your blessing. Everything God has prepared will meet you exactly when your heart is ready to hold it. Do not fear the timing. Do not doubt the silence. Do not let temporary delays speak louder than eternal promises. God is not finished. He is unfolding things slowly, intentionally, perfectly. He makes all things beautiful in His time. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 11. Your time is not running out. Your breakthrough is running toward you. Heaven has already declared your victory. The answer is already on the way. The healing is already scheduled. The restoration is already prepared. Even if you can't see it yet, believe it. Even if you feel stuck, trust it. Even if your heart grows tired, hold on. Because the God who wrote your name in the book of life, the God who called you His own, the God who parted seas and moved mountains, He is the same God writing this very chapter of your life. And He has not forgotten how your story ends. With breakthrough, with blessing, with restoration, with joy, with peace. You may be in the waiting room now, but the door will open. You may be standing in silence now, but His voice will break through. Speak this truth over your life today. My breakthrough is already written. I will not give up. Let your heart repeat it until every doubt grows silent, until fear no longer holds a place in your mind, until faith takes root deeper than ever before. You are not asking for something impossible. You are waiting for what God already called done. Your healing? Done. Your breakthrough? Done. Your provision? Done. Because what God begins, He always completes. What God promises, He always fulfills. What God ordains, no one can undo. It is already written, and it is already on its way. So rest, trust, wait with hope, not fear. Wait with peace, not anxiety. Wait with faith, not frustration. The door will open, the answer will come, the breakthrough will arrive. Because heaven's word over your life does not fail. You thought nothing was happening. You thought heaven was quiet. You thought maybe your prayers had been forgotten. But listen carefully now. God does His greatest work. In the silence, the seasons where you heard nothing, that's when He was moving the most. The nights you cried alone, that's when He was preparing answers you couldn't see. The moments you thought were wasted, those were the moments He was aligning miracles behind the scenes. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46 verse 10. Stillness is not weakness. Silence is not absence. Waiting is not abandonment. God moves in ways your eyes can't see. He works in realms your heart can't yet comprehend. He prepares answers while you sleep. He aligns breakthroughs while you weep. Because He is faithful. Always. You've been asking, God, why haven't I heard from you? He answers through doors you didn't expect. Through people you didn't imagine. Through shifts that seem small but carry great weight. Do not mistake His silence for stillness. Heaven is always moving on your behalf. Even when prayers seem to float unanswered. Even when days stretch long without change. Even when hope feels thin and fragile. He is still moving, still working, still writing a future better than you dared hope for. Faith isn't about what you can hear. Faith is about trusting in what you cannot yet see. For we walk by faith, not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 7. You are walking into a season where what was hidden will be revealed. where what was delayed will be released, where what was silenced will sing again. God has not been idle. He has been building your strength, building your character, building your future. And when the time is right, suddenly it will all make sense. The doors will swing open. The answers will arrive. The healing will come rushing in. The blessings will overflow, not slowly, not painfully, but suddenly, because God works in patterns we can't predict. But His timing is always perfect. The seeds you planted in faith will bear fruit. The prayers you whispered through tears will be answered in joy. The battles you fought alone will become testimony for others. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was ignored. Nothing was overlooked. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. Heaven's schedule, what you thought was the end, is only the preparation for a greater beginning. What you feared was too late is arriving right on time. Speak this aloud. God has been working, even when I couldn't see it. Let this truth wash over your doubts. Let it silence the voice that said you were forgotten. Let it strengthen your weary heart. Because now, things are shifting. Because now, the answers are drawing closer. Because now, God is ready to reveal what He has been building all along. And it will come with peace, with joy, with clarity, with favor. You are stepping into a season where the silence breaks open into songs of praise, where the waiting turns into testimony, where the unanswered becomes undeniable. Heaven has been moving all along. And now, it's your turn to see what's been prepared for you. Be ready, be open, be expectant, for God is not done. He's only just begun. One yes from heaven changes everything. You've heard so many no's before. Doors closed, opportunities lost, people turned away. But none of those no's were final. None of them had the authority to end what God ordained for you. Because when God says yes, nothing can stop it. Yes and amen. For all the promises of God are fulfilled in Christ. 2 Corinthians 1 verse 20. His yes overrides the no's of this world. His yes breaks through what people thought was impossible. His yes opens doors no man can shut. You've been praying. You've been waiting. You've been asking if it will ever happen for you. Hear this clearly now. The yes is coming, not because of what you've done, but because of who He is. Faithful, true, loving beyond measure. God's yes doesn't always look how you expect. It doesn't always come wrapped in applause or recognition. Sometimes it comes quietly. Sometimes it comes through broken places being made whole again. Sometimes it comes through peace settling where anxiety once ruled. But it comes, always, when the time is right. You don't have to force open the doors. You don't have to chase after what isn't for you. God's yes will find you where you are. It will break through delays. It will silence doubt. It will bring clarity where confusion reigned. You've carried hope when hope felt heavy. You believed through the silence. You've held on when everything said to let go. And heaven has seen it all. Every tear, every prayer, every moment of surrender. Now the yes is coming. Doors are opening. Hearts are softening. Opportunities are aligning. What you couldn't make happen through your effort, God is releasing through His favor. It's not about striving. It's about trusting. Trusting His timing. Trusting His plan. Trusting His voice above every doubt. Speak this over your life today. I trust God's yes for my life. I will not miss what is meant for me. Let faith rise again where fear tried to settle. Let hope bloom again where doubt tried to choke it. Let peace lead you forward. Because when God says yes, mountains move, seas part, walls fall, hearts heal, miracles unfold. He's been preparing you for this. Every delay shaped you. Every disappointment refined you. Every closed door redirected you. You are ready now, ready to receive, ready to walk forward, ready to believe again. Do not be afraid of what comes next. Do not fear stepping into the unknown. You are not walking alone. Heaven walks with you. Favor surrounds you. Grace carries you. The yes is here. And with it comes change you couldn't imagine. Blessings you didn't see coming. Restoration beyond what you lost. This is not a small yes. This is a life-altering, future-defining testimony building yes. One yes from God breaks every chain. One yes opens every locked door. One yes turns mourning into dancing. Believe it, receive it, step into it. Because when heaven speaks, the earth must align. Your waiting wasn't wasted. Your prayers weren't empty. Your faith wasn't in vain. The yes is coming, and nothing can stop it. You made your plans. You dreamed your dreams. You thought things would happen by now. But nothing came as you expected. Nothing moved as fast as you hoped. And in the waiting, you wondered, did God forget about me? No, he never forgot. He was working in ways you couldn't see. Because his timing will always be greater than your plan. There's a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Ecclesiastes 3 verse 1. You wanted it sooner. He wanted it stronger. You wanted it easier. He wanted it deeper. You wanted it faster. He wanted it eternal. God's timing is not a punishment. It's protection. It's preparation. It's precision. He was never late. He was aligning people. He was preparing places. He was refining you. Because when he moves, it will not be temporary. It will not be fragile. It will not be half-finished. It will be complete. It will be right. It will be undeniable. Your waiting wasn't wasted. Your patience wasn't pointless. Your delays were developing roots you didn't realize you needed. Roots of faith, roots of strength, roots of wisdom. So that when the breakthrough arrives, you will know how to carry it. So that when the blessing comes, you will be strong enough to protect it. So that when the door opens, you will walk through it without fear. What's coming is bigger than what you asked for. What's coming is more beautiful than what you imagined. What's coming is perfectly aligned with his plan for you. You couldn't have rushed it. You couldn't have forced it. You couldn't have made it happen on your own. Because this is a God-sized blessing. And God-sized blessings arrive on God's schedule, not ours. Speak this over your life today. I trust God's timing over my plans. Let go of the frustration. Let go of the fear of being too late. Let go of the belief that you've missed your moment. You haven't missed anything. What is meant for you will not pass you by. What God has prepared for you will meet you at the perfect time. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are right where you need to be. Every step, every tear, every prayer. He has seen it. He has counted it. He has woven it into his perfect plan for your life. The season of waiting shaped you for the season of blessing. The silence taught you to listen deeper. The delays taught you to trust greater. The closed doors taught you to seek him first. And now the doors will open. The answers will come. The timing will align. You will see why it didn't happen sooner. You will understand why it couldn't come until now. Because now your heart is ready. Your spirit is prepared. Your faith is stronger. God's timing is not just about getting what you want. It's about becoming who he called you to be. A warrior of faith, a vessel of grace, a testimony of his goodness. Do not fear the future. Do not rush ahead of his hand. Do not question the silence. Trust the one who holds your days. He is never early. He is never late. He is always right on time. And when it comes, it will come suddenly. It will come beautifully. It will come undeniably wrapped in his favor. You will look back and see every moment led you here. Every delay was divine. Every detour was protection. Every silence was preparation. Because his timing is perfect. Every tear you cried. Every silent night you endured. Every heartbreak you carried quietly in your chest. None of it was wasted. God does not waste pain. He redeems it. He transforms it. He turns it into purpose. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him. Romans 8 verse 28. What tried to break you will build you. What tried to silence you will strengthen you. What tried to bury you will birth something new through you. The pain you thought would destroy you, God is using it to shape you into someone who can carry his glory with grace. You've walked through fire. You've carried sorrow. You've wondered if joy would ever return. And now, God is breathing life into the ashes. From the places you thought were dead, new life will rise. From the wounds you thought would never heal, testimonies will flow. From the trials you thought were wasted, purpose will emerge. Because God does not leave stories unfinished. He does not leave pain unredeemed. He does not leave you broken without turning it for good. Your suffering was not pointless. Your journey was not in vain. He was refining you, teaching you, preparing you, so that when the blessing comes, you will understand its weight. So that when the door opens, you will walk through it with humility and gratitude. So that when your purpose unfolds, you will carry it with compassion. Your pain taught you empathy. Your struggle taught you patience. Your heartbreak taught you to listen for God's whisper in the silence. These lessons are now your strength. These scars are now your testimony. These wounds are now proof of survival and of His faithfulness. What once felt like punishment was preparation. Now, God is turning it around. What was meant to break you will now bless others through you. What you thought was your end is the very place you will begin again. Speak this aloud over your life today. My pain has purpose. God will use it for good. Let these words take root where hopelessness tried to grow. Let this truth speak louder than the lies of defeat. Let this promise remind you of who holds your future. You are not defined by what broke you. You are defined by the one who healed you. You are not trapped in yesterday's sorrow. You are stepping into tomorrow's joy. The tears you cried in secret, God counted them. The prayers you prayed in desperation, God heard them. The nights you fought to keep faith alive, God honored them. And now, He is turning it all for good. Your story will help someone else heal. Your testimony will remind someone else to keep going. Your breakthrough will show others what God can do. Because nothing is wasted, not with God. He uses everything, the good, the bad, the broken, the beautiful, all of it for His glory and your good. Do not despise the pain that shaped you. Do not regret the journey that refined you. Do not fear the future He is preparing for you. Your purpose is bigger than your pain. Your destiny is greater than your past. Your calling is stronger than your struggle. God is writing a story through you, and every page matters. You are not forgotten. You are not forsaken. You are not finished. You are walking into fulfillment of promises made long ago. You are stepping into the answers you once doubted would come. You are becoming who God always saw you could be, because your pain has a purpose, and your story isn't over yet. You've lost things you never thought you would. Relationships, opportunities, time, dreams. There were days you wondered, can God truly restore what I've lost? The answer is yes, but not just restore. He restores greater. He returns better. He multiplies what you thought was gone forever. I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten. Joel 2 verse 25. The enemy thought the loss would break you. He thought the disappointment would silence you. He thought the closed doors would cause you to turn away from God. But what he didn't see coming was how God would use that loss to prepare you for something far greater. What you lost wasn't wasted. It was making room for better people, room for greater blessings, room for deeper joy. You thought that chapter was the end, but God is writing something new, something more beautiful than you imagined. You lost people who were never meant to stay. You lost opportunities that would have limited you. You lost time, but gained wisdom. You lost dreams, but God is planting new ones, rooted deeper in faith. Nothing is wasted in His hands. The restoration He brings isn't a simple return of what was taken. It's an upgrade. It's redemption. It's overflow. What's ahead of you is greater than what's behind you. What's waiting for you is better than what you lost. Speak this aloud. God will restore what I lost and give me greater. Let that truth settle deep into the places where grief tried to take root. Let that promise rewrite the lies that said you'd never recover. You will recover. You will rebuild. You will rejoice again. The God of restoration is moving on your behalf. He is piecing together things you thought were too broken. He is bringing people into your life who carry healing. He is opening doors that lead to places you couldn't reach before. What the enemy meant for harm, God is using for good. What felt like endings are becoming beginnings. What looked like defeat is unfolding as victory. You've cried. You've grieved. You've wondered if joy would ever return. It will, and it will be greater. God restores with abundance. He returns with overflow. He rebuilds with beauty. Instead of shame, you shall receive a double portion. Isaiah 61, verse 7. Double for your pain, double for your tears, double for your losses, because God is not a God of small repairs. He is a God of full restoration. What you thought you'd never get back will come in ways you didn't expect. What you thought you lost forever is returning multiplied, blessed, better. Hold on to faith. Release the fear. Prepare your heart for joy again. Your best days are not behind you. Your greatest restoration is ahead of you. Heaven has already written it. God's hand is already moving, and nothing can stop what he has planned. Restoration is coming. Greater is coming. Joy is coming. Be ready to receive. They doubted you. They mocked your faith. They spoke against you when you couldn't defend yourself. But God heard it all. He saw it all. And now he is preparing a table for you in front of those who thought you wouldn't make it. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Psalm 23, verse 5. This is not about revenge. This is about redemption. This is about God showing everyone, including you, that his hand has always been upon you. You've walked through seasons where it seemed everyone overlooked you. You've stayed silent while others gossiped. You've kept faith while others laughed. And now, God is lifting you up, not in pride, not in arrogance, but in the quiet confidence of knowing this is God's doing. Your blessing will speak louder than any accusation. Your breakthrough will silence every doubt. Your restoration will answer every question. They will see you walk through doors they tried to close. They will see you receive blessings they said would never come. They will watch as God prepares a table, a place of honor, a place of provision, a place of peace, right in front of those who said you were finished. But hear this, you don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You don't need to seek validation from those who rejected you. God's favor will speak for you. Favor cannot be hidden. Blessings cannot be denied. Restoration cannot be stopped when God ordains it. What they thought was the end for you was only God set up for something greater. Your journey wasn't wasted. Your tears weren't ignored. Your faith wasn't forgotten. Now is the season where God honors the secret prayers you prayed in lonely places. Now is the time where he reveals what he has been preparing all along. Speak this over your life today. God is preparing a table for me. I will sit in peace. Let go of the need to prove yourself. Let go of the anger from what was said and done. Let go of the bitterness trying to take root, because your focus is forward. Your eyes are on God. Your trust is in his timing. He elevates the humble. He lifts the weary. He blesses those who remain faithful when no one is watching. You don't have to fight for a seat at the table. God builds a table for you, a table of restoration, a table of provision, a table of peace, a table of joy, a table that cannot be removed by human hands. The same ones who doubted will see. The same ones who whispered against you will witness his blessing unfold. But you won't sit at this table with pride. You'll sit with gratitude, with peace, with humility, because you'll know it was never about proving people wrong. It was always about proving God right. He said you'd rise. He said you'd overcome. He said you'd be restored. And now here it comes. The table is being prepared. The invitation has your name on it. The blessings cannot be stopped. What once looked impossible will now be your reality. What once seemed far away is now within reach. Your waiting is over. Your season of sorrow is ending. Your time of restoration is here. And the table, it's already set, just for you. You've looked ahead, and all you could see was a wall, a dead end, a closed door, no path forward. But what you couldn't see, God has already made a way. I am the Lord, who makes a way in the sea and a path through the mighty waters. Isaiah 43, verse 16, where you see limits, he sees opportunity. Where you see obstacles, he sees openings. Where you see impossible, he speaks possible. Your breakthrough is not dependent on what you can figure out. It's not dependent on resources you can gather. It's not bound by the opinions of people. It is bound only by the faithfulness of God. He makes a way where there seems to be none. He parts seas that look impossible to cross. He brings water from rocks. He brings life from dry bones. He opens doors no man could ever open. You've spent too long staring at walls, wondering how you'll ever move forward. But now listen closely. God is moving the mountain. God is parting the sea. God is clearing the path. Not by might, not by power, but by His Spirit. Speak this over your life today. God is making a way for me. I trust Him even when I cannot see it. Let faith rise where fear tried to settle. Let hope rise where doubt tried to linger. Because this path isn't about what you can do. It's about what God is already doing. You feel stuck, but heaven says you're moving forward. You feel forgotten, but heaven says you're about to walk through. You feel delayed, but heaven says you're right on time. You've been praying for doors to open. Now watch as walls begin to fall. You've been asking how it will happen. Now trust that it's already in motion. What looks impossible to you is easy for Him. He created the universe with a word. He parted the sea with a breath. He raised the dead with a command. What makes you think your situation is beyond His reach? This isn't about how strong you are. It's about how faithful He is. He is clearing paths you haven't even seen yet. He is aligning people you haven't even met yet. He is working miracles behind scenes you didn't know existed. All you need to do is believe. Keep walking. Keep praying. Keep trusting. Your Red Sea moment is near. The path will open. The breakthrough will come. The promise will be fulfilled. Not because of who you are, but because of who He is. Faithful, good, powerful, able. He makes a way where there seems to be no way. When the path appears, it won't make sense to others. It won't fit human logic. It won't match natural timing. But you'll know this was God. This was His hand. This was His promise kept. You don't need to explain it. You don't need to justify it. You only need to walk through it. Eyes on Him. Heart in faith. Spirit in peace. Because what's ahead of you is greater than what's behind you. Because what's coming is worth every prayer you prayed in the dark. Because what He's preparing is bigger than what you dreamed. He is making a way. He always has. He always will. God didn't bring you this far to leave you halfway. He didn't start writing your story just to leave it unfinished. What He began in your life, He will finish. He who began a good work and you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1 verse 6. The dreams He planted in your heart, they still matter. The promises He whispered to your spirit, they are still alive. Even when it feels like progress is slow, even when it feels like you're standing still, even when nothing seems to be moving forward, God is still working, still writing, still building what He began. You've questioned, did I miss it? Did I take the wrong path? Did I wait too long? The answer is no. You didn't miss it. You didn't lose it. You are still right where He needs you to be. The process might not look how you imagined. The journey might feel longer than you expected. But what God starts, He finishes. He doesn't write incomplete endings. He doesn't leave prayers unanswered. He doesn't forget the promises He's made. You've come too far to turn back now. You've trusted too long to let doubt win now. You prayed too hard to give up now. Speak this aloud over your life today. God will finish what He started in me. Let those words remind your heart that you are not abandoned. Let them silence every fear that says, it's too late. Let them strengthen your spirit when weariness tries to creep in. He is not done. Not with you. Not with your story. Not with your future. The breakthrough He promised is still on the way. The healing you believed for is still being prepared. The blessing you waited on is still written with your name on it. This is not the end. This is the middle. And the middle is messy. The middle is quiet. The middle is where faith is stretched and hope is refined. But after the middle comes a fulfillment. After the waiting comes the answer. After the silence comes a song of victory. God is still writing. He's still crafting. He's still aligning. What you thought was a detour was His direction. What you thought was a delay was His protection. What you thought was a failure was His foundation. Now keep going. Keep believing. Keep standing. Your story isn't over. The best pages are still to come. The most beautiful chapters are still ahead. And when it's finished, when the door opens, when the promise is fulfilled, You will look back and see he never stopped working. Every step was leading here. Every tear was watering the soil of blessing. Every prayer was moving heaven closer to your answer. The author of your life doesn't abandon his work. He completes it perfectly, powerfully, beautifully. So rest, breathe, trust again, because what he started, he will finish. You've waited long enough. You've endured enough. You've stood in faith through storms, through silence, through seasons where giving up seemed easier. But hear this now. This is your season of completion. This is your season of victory. The Lord will accomplish what concerns me. Psalm 138, verse 8. Everything you walked through had purpose. Everything you lost is being restored. Everything you suffered is turning to testimony. You are stepping into fulfillment. What God promised you, you will see with your own eyes. The prayers you whispered in pain will now be answered in joy. This is not just another chapter. This is a breakthrough. This is a moment where everything shifts, not because of your strength, but because of God's faithfulness. He promised you restoration. He promised you joy. He promised you victory. And he never breaks a promise. Speak this over your life today. This is my season of victory. God is completing what he began. Let every fear bow to faith. Let every doubt bow to truth. The enemy tried to convince you it would never come. Tried to wear you down with delay. Tried to distract you with discouragement. But you stayed. You believed. You trusted. And now, the reward is being released. This victory isn't small. It's not temporary. It's not fragile. It is complete. It is undeniable. It is saturated in God's goodness and grace. He is tying up the loose ends. He is closing the doors that no longer serve you. He is opening the paths you thought were blocked forever. You will walk in peace where there was once confusion. You will walk in joy where there was once sorrow. You will walk in clarity where there was once chaos. Because God finishes what he starts. This is your time to rejoice. This is your time to breathe again. This is your time to live free of the weight you've carried. Your story is not one of endless struggle. It is one of redemption, a breakthrough, of completion. The tables are turning. The tides are shifting. The doors are opening. And heaven is declaring over your life, well done. You've trusted me. Now watch what I will do. The promises spoken over you are unfolding. The healing you longed for is arriving. The provision you needed is flowing. You are no longer wandering. You are walking with purpose. You are walking into fulfillment. And those who doubted, they will see. Those who questioned, they will witness. Those who whispered against you, they will watch as God finishes what he promised. Because no voice can cancel his word. No enemy can stop his will. No circumstance can block his plan. Victory is here. Completion is here. Restoration is here. Walk in it boldly. Speak it confidently. Receive it fully. This is not the end. It's a fulfillment of everything he said would come. The pain was real, but so is the promise. The waiting was long, but so is the blessing. The battle was hard, but so is the victory. And now, it's time to live in the fullness of all God prepared for you. Not someday, not later, but now. Lift your head, open your heart, step forward in faith. The season of victory is yours. The season of completion is here. Because what God begins, he always finishes.